day, trendy travelers, and welcome to the new look of Trendz Travel. Now, before I go any further, I'd like to wish all the mothers, that's the mothers, the grandmothers, the godmothers, the stepmothers, and especially the single mothers, a very happy Mother's Day. Now, may today be the day that you can lay on the couch for 2 hours uninterrupted. May today be the day that you can take a bathroom break uninterrupted. And may today be the day that you can read a magazine uninterrupted. With all the mothers with toddlers, well, good luck with that. Today, I'm in the slow lounge, or rather slow in the city, in Sandton City, and I'm going to lounge around while we take you to Maputo.
Maputo is the capital city of Mozambique. It sits on the shores of the Indian Ocean and surrounded by the warm Mozambique current. Founded as a port town by the Portuguese who colonized it, it's not a surprise that the Portuguese language is most dominant here. However, the country boasts about 21 other official languages spoken in 11 provinces. Mozambique is known for its rich culture and deep fascinating history. The arts and craft outlets and traditional markets of Maputo are certainly one of the country's greatest attractions, with craft markets here mainly comprising of men who produce traditional items which include carvings, paintings, bags, and clay pots. Several thousand people, mostly men, rely on handcraft activities to earn an income.
What I'm doing here, as you can see, it's a handmade craft. Like as you can see here, it's a collection of fine artists, including me, my colleagues, which are doing like wood stuff, and me, I am specializing in wire and beads. My job is so difficult, and it needs a lot of patience. You must be someone who likes sitting, working. Once you stand up and walk, it means everything is down. So it's tough. It needs a lot of patience, as you can see. So, and but me, I like it because that's what I am. I'm an artist. I enjoy it. I like it. So it's like that.
Chamo Fernando, venho apresentar como a gente faz as malas. Chamamos de palha, o material chamamos de palha. Sim, esse material aqui provém da machamba, então a gente tira, corta ela, tem que deixar uns 7 dias para secar, e depois que dela ficar um pouco seca, úmida, a gente tira já, começamos a fazer os cortes finos, mas tem que sair com os mesmos centímetros para que a mala saia com as curvas todas iguais. Depois de cozer, temos de deixar mais 7 dias para ela secar mais um bocado, e que depois a gente traz para cá, para o mercado, e continuar com a capulana.
There are 5 major national museums here. Amongst them is the Animal Museum, the History Museum, the Arts Museum, and others. We visited the History Museum, which serves as the heart of the country. Here, memorabilia, which dates back to good old days, is preserved. If you want to know more about the close relationship between the people in Maputo and their history, and features, amongst other things, interesting exhibits, the History Museum is where you need to be. Mostly military ammunition that was used to fight Mozambique's people in their land by the Portuguese, including their tribal king Mtungazwe Ngungwenyane, is on display. Ngungwenyane remained the last king who fought one of the Portuguese generals, but was however defeated. He spent most of his life in exile, where he was captured and later killed by the Portuguese. After his death, his people requested his body to be exhumed to be buried in his native land, and this is where his body lies.
Fortaleza foi construída pelos portugueses e servia como uma base militar de defesa à costa de Maputo. E na fortaleza, dentro da fortaleza, nós encontramos aquilo que é a história um pouco da história da cidade de Maputo. Temos dentro da fortaleza, para além daquilo que representa o poder colonial, também podemos encontrar na fortaleza os restos mortais de Ingunhana, aquele que foi o imperador de Gaza, o rei de Gaza. E temos a história de como ele foi capturado nessa altura pelo exército colonial liderado pelo comandante Mozinho de Albuquerque.
The city of Maputo is slowly developing along the coast, with most architectural structures being built, and they include schools, hospitals, residential areas, and mostly hotels situated along the coast. What attracted us to this hotel is its architecture. It offers visitors with an experience of this exotic land, with designs proving just so.
Its location is fantastic. It's right on the marginal, on the beach, next to the Bayer Mall shopping centre. The designer wanted something vibrant, something fresh, next to the sea, and something new. You know, this really is a really nice hotel. Its lines are very prim, proper, straight, and very compact.
We were treated to the Mozambique's cuisine with dishes that celebrate the Portuguese heritage. 4 gourmet dishes were prepared for us, and the choice was mouth-watering, from seafood platters with prawns, oysters, crayfish, and other deliciousness. The beef prego roll, espetada, and chicken peri-peri, which in Portuguese it is called the frango, forms part of their traditional meals. Nearby attractions to the hotel include a wellness spa, casino, nightclubs, coffee shops, and the renowned Maputo fish market. So this is for travelers who seek to have the best exotic experience in Maputo.
So really, if you're looking for a bit of adventure and you want to not just stay in the hotel all the time, you go outside and have your meals and that side of it.
Just in case you have not yet decided on your next holiday destination, this might just give you an idea.
We are still exploring the garden route in the Western Cape. This time around, we had the pleasure of visiting the Sedgefield Craft Beer Brewery. The family-run establishment specializes in high-quality handcrafted beer. So we tasted the carefully constructed beers. You have a choice of choosing amongst 6 types of beer, that is a blonde ale, Irish red ale, Weiss beer, porter, and for special occasions, you can spoil your taste buds with a popular American Pale Ale. The brewer took us for some lessons on how the concoction was made.
We're the only brewery in Sedgefield. It's a very small brewery. We've been here for 4 years. Our process is a very natural one. We use filtered water. We use barley. Sometimes we use wheat. We use hops, which gives beer its bitterness. And we use all-important yeast. Those 4 are used in a process to make beer. It's a process that one has to learn to use, and one has to find very good ingredients to make good beer. Our beer is very popular. We make 6 different beers. The finished product looks like this. That's the blonde ale, which is our most popular beer. We also bottle it, and our bottle has the famous picture of hops on it. Our logo for the brewery is a famous picture that my wife took of the hop plant. And hops are very, very important to the making of beer. So our beer comes in 2 different styles. You can drink it on tap or you can take it away. And we make 6 to 7 different beers. Saturday is our biggest day because this is a precinct, a market precinct. So as you can see from the beer garden, we are very, very busy. And it's a lot of fun. We enjoy making beer and people enjoy coming here.
Sedgefield Craft Beer has been around for the past 4 years, and it has become the pride and joy of this small town, even drawing a whole lot of tourists to this part of town.
It's quite good.
Are you from Sedgefield?
No, we come from Germany.
This beer is wonderful. It's like a German beer, and all the people here they are very friendly. And so it's like in Germany when you sit on a big table where all the people sit and drink the beer.
Our next stop was Lakeside Lodge in Sedgefield, nestled along the Salt Flay Lagoon. This little paradise, a wetland of international importance, frequented by bark and reach, and very bad population, is where we were treated to a very intimate wine tasting experience. This 5-star lodge is situated in the Wilderness National Park.
So we've got our own wine farm in Hermanus, Benguela Cove. It's one of the wine farms that are closest related to the ocean, and therefore it takes a bit longer for fungus to grow on the grapes. Also in Hermanus, we've got a nice maritime climate, which means it's hot during the day and cold and crisp at night, so it gives a more fresher, crispier taste to the grapes. So the first one we're going to do is the Sauvignon Blanc. We are going to showcase or pour all the wines at the same time, and then there is also a nice cheese platter for you guys to enjoy.
This event really offered an experience like no other, and every weekend the place invites guests to come sniff, sip and swirl the exclusive Benguela Cove reds and whites while admiring the unspoiled Salt Flay Lake.
Now that was our lovable teddy bear in Knysna trying their fabulous beers and fine wines. Now if you remember last week I told you that Trendz Travel is becoming more interactive, so you can catch us on Twitter at Trendz on SABC using the hashtag Trendz Travel. Right now we take a short break.
SABCnews.com is your one-stop digital portal to all the news you need. With a website that is easy to use on mobile, SABC News prides itself in being the primary source of public service content across multiple platforms. Watch live streams of all the big news events on the SABC News YouTube channel, which is one of the most viewed South African YouTube channels globally. And catch up on the best of SABC television and radio news. Follow breaking news on all of the SABC News social media platforms, interact with SABC News on Facebook, and stay connected on Twitter for the latest headlines and real-time updates by our reporters. SABC News, everywhere.
How safe is social media? 25 years into democracy and we're still battling with apartheid. Are we really the so-called Rainbow Nation?
If we can go there, they will beat us something or chase us away or kill you.
Not forgetting the dangers of substance abuse.
When he brought those things and came to us, it was looking so tasty with crushed lemons and strawberry and colorful straws.
Importance of education for all. Is the judiciary and government failing the people of South Africa? These are some of our stories on Cutting Edge. Catch it every Sunday at 5:30.
Welcome back to the new look of Trendz Travel, and once again I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day. I'm chilling here at the Slow Lounge at Slow in the City in Sandton City, but right now we take you to Freedom Park. A relaxed day under the autumn sun with gourmet food and an infinite tasting of different types of wine was the order of the day at the second edition of the 2018 Wine Art Food Festival held at Pretoria's Freedom Park. The festival is an annual event which aims to celebrate our rich heritage and culture by bringing people of various backgrounds together to indulge in the finer things in life, bridging the gap between art and wine.
We are at the Wine Art Food Festival, which is situated at Freedom Park in Pretoria, one of the country's best heritage sites. And yeah, we're waffing today. I had a big interest in wines and also lifestyle experiences. So the more I went to the different wine shows and the different environments, I realized that there's a gap and a need for this type of show in Pretoria. And more so, we had a stunning venue that that I identified, and I loved it. And I saw this concept come and work well in this environment.
The festival comprises of three main elements, namely wine tasting and classes, gourmet food stalls, and art exhibitions and classes.
When we enhance lifestyle experiences, when you're growing up and you're maturing, there's a certain level of things that you start engaging in and you start consuming. So for me, art and wine is a very intimidating element to consume when you're younger. But as you grow older, you grow wiser. It's those finer things in life that you want to engage. So this show brings those two elements together as a focus, and we use it to grow people into the culture. So we've got about 30 different wine farms, as you can see in the background. These are guys from all over the country, the Western Cape.
Hosting an array of wine farms for the day, exhibitors from across the country offered unlimited tastings, keeping all the products proudly South African, also giving festival goers an opportunity to engage with them about their products.
It's a Cab Franc Rosé, so there's a bit of blush in there. It's not a sweet wine, it's actually quite smooth, surprisingly smooth. It comes from the foothills of Plain Constantia. So I'm going to actually pour you a bit of this in. I want you to taste it, and you tell me, what do you think of it? And then you told me that you wanted to try so this is an estate Cabernet. So it's a Cabernet Sauvignon that was bottled in 2015. It's been sitting in barrel for 2 years. So I'm actually going to try some with you to talk you through the experience of it. So when you do wine, take a nice whiff of it.
It smells good.
Give it a little twirl. You can get the smell of, predominantly I can get a lot of mulberries that's coming through from here, a lot of dark plum, and a hint of chocolate is coming through.
It does smell good. You taste the chocolate there.
And it's surprisingly very, very smooth for a 2015 Cabernet, and I think it's phenomenal.
Gotta eat it. Very nice. It actually tastes very good. Like it tastes more matured.
All right, my name is Theo. I was from KZN in Durban. I've recently moved to Johannesburg. I've joined Meridian Wine Merchants. We are a company we distribute fine wines. So we have just over 43 farms that we look after, and we do predominantly the best wines in the country. So I've just recently learned about wines, and I'm loving it. It's such a predominant market to go into. It's such a diversified market because it's all cultures mixing together as one. Just as wines, you get different varieties that are mixing together. They taste great. I feel that our company is doing a fantastic job for the States.
We've got artists from in and around Pretoria who are doing their visual arts. They primarily from Mamelodi, Atteridgeville, and the previously disadvantaged areas. So we're giving them this platform so that they can get exposure to the market and get a platform to sell some of their product.
For the more arty attendees, local artists, handpicked from around the province, were able to showcase their talent and artworks, with various local artists and photographers showcasing their work within various segments of the park.
Today I came to display my art and also sell.
Okay, what kind of art do you do?
I'm a versatile visual artist, but I mostly paint. That's my main job, my main focus, you know. As I say, versatile, I do anything that is creative, as long as it challenges my mind.
And how did you get involved in wax?
I had that from my friend Taviso. He's the one who invited me. He's also an artist. That's how I get to know about it.
And where do you live? Where are you from?
I'm from Mafias, next to Mamelodi, the home of the first Yester Fabric, where it used to be a farm. You know, Dr. Mafias used to own that place, so that's where I'm from. Yes.
And how has the response been to your artwork?
It's been beautiful. People are getting inspired. That's what I love. That's my point. You know, I want to inspire people through my art and communicate through my art. In hence, I'm 3G. You know, I communicate through my art, and I'm also a 3 connection of 3 cultures. In hence, I say 3G. That's where my AKA came from.
Oh, okay.
Following the theme of the event, the curator of the art exhibitions wanted the art to fit into the celebratory mood of the event, allowing festival goers to enjoy instead of critiquing artwork. This year, the festival offers a simple but fun 2-hour art class on the basics of painting 101. The class is facilitated by one of the professionals for the day, which aim to teach festival goers how to get the basics of art right, and they get to keep their portraits at the end of the day.
We've got your typical market style taco kumbis and that type of food vendors, so which are also young entrepreneurs who have tried to get into the space, who are doing amazing creative food styles and creative things. So we really handpick all of our vendors to ensure that the type of vendor we have here, or the type of trader we have here, fits into the image of the show and complements it.
A selection of niche eateries from across the province, mostly Pretoria and Johannesburg, were on offer for the day to entice the taste buds. It was an amazing platform for these emerging eateries to showcase their brands and food to a new and hungry audience. The chosen eateries have been selected based on the ethnicities of their dishes, aiming on bringing only proud South African dishes, thus enhancing the cultural experience.
This is a flagship event. It's really quite fantastic. And think about the geography as well, where it is. Freedom Park is really quite fantastic.
Yeah.
All in all, a great day out.
The 13th edition of the Dakar Biennale of African Contemporary Art, the Dakar 2018, opened to the public this week, marking the start of a month of exhibitions and events across the Senegalese capital. This year's event features over 75 artists from 33 countries from around the world. The event gives an opportunity to showcase the works of artists, some of whom come from countries with few galleries or museums, and promote their work, as well as show the place of African art on the international scene.
Alors, bon, vraiment, c'est formidable. Et là, à vue d'œil, je pense que c'est les ongles des femmes. On la beauté qui représente la femme et on prend ça pour faire de l'art comme ça. Bon, vraiment, c'est impressionnant. C'est impressionnant. C'est impressionnant.
Dakar, an initiative of Senegalese government, was launched in 1990 and has become an important event on the African art calendar, bringing together thousands of artists and art lovers from around the world to promote cultural diversity and give upcoming artists a wider audience. With strong and diverse artist portfolios at this year's Biennale, art lovers are spoiled for choice.
And laughing sometimes because we have your mentality to say, okay, this, maybe the guys when they do that thinking this, maybe no, it's nice. It's very nice, and the place is very big, nice. You can walk a long time. The place is enough. Yes. Yeah.
C'est une certaine richesse qui se crée depuis hier entre les artistes qui passent, les galeristes, des amis qui passent voir ce qu'on fait. Et franchement, je suis pour le moment jusqu'ici satisfait par rapport aux rencontres et tout ça, quoi.
Ouais, maintenant c'est
Oui, c'était fou, non? C'est vrai, c'était la même génération, la même promotion, c'est ça.
This year's theme, the Red Hour, an expression from renowned French Martinique writer and poet Aimé César's play, and The Dogs Kept Quiet, which features themes from emancipation, liberty and freedom.
La Biennale, l'Afrique, le monde doit prendre des décisions pour passer à la prochaine étape. Donc le rouge n'est pas nécessairement, dans mon sens, l'heure du nouveau dynamisme. C'est l'heure où sonne la cloche pour entraîner un nouveau dynamisme, pour entraîner des renouveaux. L'espace dans lequel nous sommes ici est celui qui accueille l'exposition internationale et je l'ai intitulé Une nouvelle humanité. Et donc, si on voulait résumer la chose, c'est l'heure rouge pour nous tous, pour les Africains, mais pour le monde, de se réinventer une nouvelle humanité qui soit plus compatible avec un monde qui serait un peu moins tordu.
Là-bas, tout droit. Après, on se retrouve là encore, s'il vous plaît.
Et donc, il y a tout un travail d'éducation aussi. Et cette éducation ne se fait que par la répétition des choses. C'est l'un des rôles que joue la Biennale, où progressivement, les gens commencent à apprivoiser cette chose un peu étrange qu'est l'art contemporain. L'Afrique doit faire un travail plus soutenu, simplement parce que les écoles d'art ne sont pas forcément là, parce que les musées ne sont pas forcément là, et que la solution, ce n'est pas le musée. Pour moi, la solution, c'est une présence quotidienne de l'art contemporain.
Over 20 years old, Dakar is Africa's longest-running contemporary art biennale.
Now that was some art in Africa, and I know that you moms received some beautiful artwork from your kids, and I hope that you dads are taking really good care of the moms today. Right now, though, we do take you on a short break, but before we do, I do want to remind you that you can catch us on Twitter at Trendz on SABC using the hashtag Trendz Travel.
Special assignment. Crime keeps the society in terror and pain. Why so?
If someone phones me, tells me, okay, look here, he needs a solver, and I get you all driving, I'll take it.
What pushes normal people to be so hard, heartless, and brutally kill one another?
The other side of it could be more for their own psychological need. It might be part of a sexual fantasy that they have. It could be about power and control.
After proper investigation is followed, the perpetrator gets arrested.
There is quite a massive process. And ultimately, our parents, I think justice is served.
Emotional scars remain.
We would pay any price to get him back, and the sad reality is that it's gone.
Special assignment. We unravel the truth every Sunday at 21:30.
Shervin Bricebys, SABC News, New York.
Paul Barber, SABC News, London.
Tebo Mokobo, SABC Ufa go tswa mo Russia.
Neha Punia, SABC News, Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh in India.
Other than that, I've enjoyed every single moment of it.
Takwana Ngatani, SABC News, Soweto, Johannesburg.
Now, because it is Mother's Day and because I'm a mom as well, I've been taken from the slow lounge where I was lounging around to the course, also part of the slow lounge where I'll be spoilt a bit more. Right now, you can take a look how I was spoilt in the Seychelles. Okay, so what do we have here?
So this is tenderloin, one of the best pieces of meat. We use this for the tartare. The chefs in this kitchen, they cut the tartare always à la minute. For me, it's nothing like when you pre-cut it or something. It needs to be a little bit chunky, different sizes, so you have different texture in your mouth to eat it, right? So it's a simple cut, you get in slices, and afterwards you cut it down in dices. Okay. It's just getting the right texture. When you make it too fine, it's not nice, especially when you have tenderloin that's already really tender, so you don't need to put a lot. So we put this in a bowl. We have, of course, we start off with some salt, pepper. We have some chopped onion, chopped garlic, chopped gherkins and capers all together in this mix. This is already pre-prepared in the kitchen because they need to be fast in service. Huh? Fresh chopped parsley. Then we have a great local chili paste that's just blended up fresh chilies with olive oil, a little bit garlic as well. And this we have actually on all the buffets wherever you go in the whole resort. You find this because it's delicious, and I like to get the big spoon into it. Drizzle of lemon juice, so this is really important. Here we go. Afterwards we use some ketchup. Yeah, it's special, no? And we give a little Tabasco, and not because of the spice, more because of the sourness. Okay. To drizzle, so there we go. This is all the mix together. Now we need to make sure that this one is not getting too wet, because we still add egg yolk to give a bit more creaminess in this dish.
What is your most popular dish?
I would say the tartare and the Arabic meze is definitely the best. We have a really well-trained Arabic chef here, and he brings in all the meze sharing style. So you sit down with your wife, with your friends, and you get the bowls on the table, homemade flatbread from the oven, and you just enjoy yourself. You share everything. This is a really, really good upseller, and as a starter, the beefsteak tartare, I think, is right on the top. Yeah. People like this, and depends a bit of course, when we have like people from Arabic countries here, they are not like eating too much raw items, so then cooked items are more popular, vegetarian, but when the French, the British are here, they definitely go for the tartare. Yeah. And it's a nice surprise when you eat it at the end, I will show you. So we press this one in a ring. It's quite a nice portion for a starter, so because you're on holidays now, you can enjoy. We make with the spoon a small hole. There we go. Take the ring away. We take the egg white away from one egg. There we go. Place this in the middle. We have already prepared the blue cheese. It's just like rolled and then afterwards slightly frozen, that we can cut it on the meat slicer thinly. Get this away from the It's already prepared because we need to be really fast. Now in the morning they prepare all their mise en places. The only thing what they don't do is cutting the beef because we want to have this last minute. So this one comes on the top here. There we go, we hide the egg yolk with it. Give them a blowtorch that cooks slightly the egg, but we want to keep the egg raw. Gives a bit of different temperature in the dish. The beef fillet, the whole tartare is really cold because it comes straight out the fridge. So we heat everything a little bit up. Here we go. On the side, we keep the presentation in this place really simple. It's not a big kitchen. It's just exactly so. It's yeah. This is
this you said is called squid.
Yeah, this is our own recipe of us. It's a squidding bread. It's actually a normal bread dough, and we add a lot of the ink from the octopus, and we color it black, and then on the meat slicer as well, frozen, really thin, and we dry it out in the oven. It's just otherwise everything has like kind of the same texture. Yeah. So it's nice when you bite on some crunchy bits. So yeah, this is the dish. There we go. So this clean, simple food.
And I want to taste this.
Nice thing is when you dig in the middle, so the egg yolk is like running out a little bit. Yeah, you see, and everything is like mixing up together. And still, yeah. I hope you like a little bit spicy though. Seychelles chilies have a kick.
Pretty good.
Yeah, this is nice. I mean, it's not just like a normal bread, so you need to ask some different sugars, and we give a little bit of seasoning in the bread, but we don't want to overpower it because otherwise the tartare is getting lost a little bit now. So we keep it really simple, the bread, but it's more to give a bit an eye catcher and texture into the dish.
It's just enough spice, just enough of the chili.
For you, some people will probably say it's too spicy. You know, for me, I like to add a lot of chili since I'm here.
Well, I don't like to think it's too spicy, but it's just enough where I can still taste everything.
I've just been lucky with it. Now the good thing is that the egg yolk takes everything, like breaks all a little bit down. So it's not like that you feel like too much gorgonzola. It's blue cheese. A lot of people don't like the blue cheese, and they say, yeah, please, can we have it without blue cheese? I say, no, don't do it. I really don't recommend it because it's like this sharpness of the blue cheese and the creaminess of the egg just gives a nice combination in this particular dish now. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah, I do like it as well.
And what's next?
Beef cheek, braised, slow cooked with polenta and some vegetables, so pretty simple. As well, a really clean dish. We don't use too many spices. We have a lovely piece of beef cheek. It's a long cooking piece of meat. You see all these strains through it, so you need to boil it properly, cooking over like 5 to 6 hours. Simple seasoning, salt, pepper, both sides. There we go. We're using a little bit of oil. It can have a bit more because otherwise it sticks really quickly in the pan. So here we go. Afterwards we add a little bit flour to the steak, to the cheek. Here we go. Put it in the pan and pan fry the both sides nicely. Yeah? Here we go. So with this we actually close the steak, so we make sure that no juice is coming out when we're cooking it. Yeah. So it like keeps, with the flour it stays in shape. So you don't change the shape, it's just getting a little bit smaller because you lose a little bit juice always. And you can give a nice crust on it. Huh? It's one of my favorite pieces of meat. So you have from the beef what is more big and more tough. You need to cook it longer, but at the same time you can get them from the veal. So they are really, really soft, and you even can just pan fry them, cook them medium and eat them. Turn it around after you give a nice color. And I like to add the vegetable in this time. We give them a nice color in there as well, so it's braised. So we use at the end the liquid of the sauce as sauce. So in the liquid we cook it in it, we reduce it down. You see this actually perfect back here. They're already getting ready for the service now. So they're reducing slowly this stock down, what gives a really rich and nice red wine sauce at the end. That's great. So you see now here you get lovely the crust on your steak, you get some color on the vegetable. That's what we're looking for. And at this moment we add the tomato puree. If you like to have more color, no problem. You can even almost burn this before you put the tomato puree in. Tomato puree we roast a little bit as well, just to lose the sourness from the tomato. We don't want to have this in the sauce too much. There we go. You see when it's getting a bit on the pan, you see the tomato is like getting a little bit burnt. We add a lot of red wine. It's the best thing, no? When you cook this at home, use the wine you drink as well later. This is actually already good. I add now a little bit from this liquid we have already here. But at home, just use any water, or if you have any stock, use some stock. Finish. It's already done. If you have the chance to cover it, then do so. And put it in the oven and let it cook 4 or 5 hours until it's soft. Maybe after 2 hours, take it out, check. Give them another 2 hours, maybe, depends how long you need. There you go. This is done. Obviously we prepared already one. This is already 6 hours in the oven. Yeah, you see the sauce completely changed. The cheek is getting soft when you press on it. So it's great. And you see now the sauce getting thick. That's what we're looking for. So we keep this on small fire in the back. And we cook our vegetable quickly. I just cook them in water with salt, nothing else. Afterwards butter, a little bit salt, a little bit pepper, something else. I really do like this. And how you serve at the end your cheeks, it doesn't matter. If you like risotto, do it so with risotto. If you like it with pasta, do it with pasta. We in this place serve it with polenta. Already prepared, of course, as well, because we need to be ready. You can put you can make it creamy, your polenta. You can make it like we do as a cake and then pan fried it afterwards. I really do enjoy this. Here as well, I like to add a little bit fresh chopped parsley, salt and pepper. Don't use too much because otherwise it's getting too overpowering, because you will see the sauce has a lot of power. Okay, here we go. We start off with the zucchini. I mean, we keep the plates here really simple. It is a busy place and we go more with flavors. So we try to, how I said, we try to go more with the flavors than with the presentation. Because it's just too busy. We do tables for 10, 12 people and we prefer to get consistency in the food, in the flavors, instead of posh plating or something. It's Mediterranean kitchen, it doesn't need a lot just to be delicious. No? So we have some beef cheek. This is now 2 portions, so you will see this big piece of meat will get a little bit smaller. Here we go, this is just enough for 1 portion, I would say so. And the inspiration of this dish is actually from ossobuco gremolata from Italy. Gremolata is a combination of 3 items. It's fresh parsley, garlic and lemon. Normally they chop this in Italy always really small and use it more as a garnish on their ossobuco. But we decided to do it with the cheek because it's more, for me, more tender and fragrant. So we're using some onion rings in a light tempura batter, again, to add some texture into this dish. Instead of chopping the parsley, we like to leave this one whole. Using it, of course, as flavor, but as well as a garnish. Put this one on the top. Some little bit of parsley again, but chopped to give a bit texture in it. Instead of leaving the garlic raw, we blanched the garlic and fried it up, giving a little bit crunch in it. And at the end, instead of lemon zest, we use the whole lemon. The segments from the fresh lemon. Here we go. This is slow cooked beef cheek with onion ring, polenta cakes and seasonal vegetables.
Okay, Trend, we have a lot going on here. I'm going to start right here. And the meat is super tender. I wish you guys were here. Very tender, very tasty. And I'm going to try all of this stuff here. And while I try this stuff, you guys can go and do stuff. Good day, all you fabulous moms and trendy travelers. Coming up right after the break, we have something very special for you. But right now, do not forget you can catch us on Trends on SABC and using the hashtag Trendz Travel.
SABCnews.com is your one-stop digital portal to all the news you need. With a website that is easy to use on mobile, SABC News prides itself in being the primary source of public service content across multiple platforms. Watch live streams of all the big news events on the SABC News YouTube channel, which is one of the most viewed South African YouTube channels globally. And catch up on the best of SABC television and radio news. Follow breaking news on all of the SABC News social media platforms, interact with SABC News on Facebook, and stay connected on Twitter for the latest headlines and real-time updates by our reporters. SABC News, everywhere.
This is your midday report. Good afternoon.
I will be faithful.
I assume as President of the Republic of Kenya.
Let's take a look at how African markets and currencies are performing now.
The central bankers say the success of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is just a bubble.
Breaking stories, detailed economy and sport. Tune into Midday Report every Monday to Friday from 12 p.m.
Happy Mother's Day to all the fabulous mums out there. And in case you're wondering where you're at, this is the new look of Trendz Travel. Now, I don't want to give anything away, so stay tuned as we take you to what's next on the program.
After months of suspense, the course at Slough has finally opened its doors in the heart of Sandton. With marble tops, wooden floors and tapas-style food. If this is the kind of vibe you're looking for, then the course is for you. The new trendy restaurant and business spot is located diagonally opposite the Sandton Gautrain station on the corner of West and Rivonia Road in Sandton. The menu is recited through headphones, tantalizing our minds and whetting our appetites. Dinners at the course will not only have the choice of tapas-style plates, but you can indulge in a full sit-down menu, spanning a selection of prime beef cuts, seafood and bistro-style dishes.
You know what, we really wanted something that was different, but simple, with great flavors involved. So we've taken things from all around the world and we kind of mix them, especially with our cocktails and our tapas menu. Our meat is, fantastic, the standard's incredible, but also the nice little tweaks that go with it. The chimichurri sauce that goes with the steaks, the flavors that are unique, but they're powerful, they're there.
From starters to dessert, each course is accompanied by a whiskey cocktail.
The starters, we did the Glenfiddich Tapas menu, which is our quarterly reserve. So that's going to be changing every 3 months. So we have a wonderful brand that comes in. This time we've got Glenfiddich. Next time we'll be with another surprise, so you've got to watch that space. And then they give us beautiful flavor notes of what to work with, and we pair that up. So whatever comes across, then that's what we're going to be using. The mains, the flavors are good. It's something that everyone wants to eat. We've kept to taking stuff that's simple and livening it up and giving it something that's a wow factor. So I'm really proud of all the food that's coming out. I'm impressed with the team that we have. And I think we're reaching a standard that's, people are expecting. And you know what? They must expect it. We want people to go out and have a high standard and meet that because it gives us an opportunity to up our game.
With a French-inspired interior design, the course is a venue that is both sophisticated and inviting.
I think what we looked at was what kind of space do we identify with that will cover all the elements. They wanted something that would extend through the day, from morning all the way into the evening, drinks, cocktails, bit of a kind of sophisticated, but casual, very approachable space. And for me, the space that kind of resonated was a kind of a French brasserie feel. So we took the aspects of that, and then we looked at ways that we could take that sort of environment but kind of give it a more updated, contemporary feel. So a lot of the elements sort of relate back to kind of almost an Art Deco feel, but then all the materiality and a lot of the detailing is actually quite contemporary.
Providing a stylish respite from the bustle of Sandton during the day and a modern meeting place for fine cocktails in the evening.
It's your first impression as you arrive. So even before you walk through the door, there's very much a presence to the restaurant. And then when you walk through, we have created there's sort of an initial table it's kind of says to the client what time of day it is and what the offering is. So in the morning it would be filled with muffins and cakes, and at lunchtime, and then in the evening it becomes champagne or whatever is appropriate for that time of day. It's just a little gesture that sort of signifies what's appropriate for that time of day and what's on offer. And then the restaurant is kind of split in two. It's sort of on the left-hand side is the sort of dining area, and then you've got the bar area, which has got a kind of more private, cozy area towards the back, which is kind of more for the evenings, and if you want to sit down and just have a lovely cocktail and some tapas kind of food.
While eating is a need, enjoying it is an art, and the Courtside Slow in the city is the new trendy place to be.
Well, trendy travelers, like I've been saying throughout the day today, we'd love to interact with you, and not just on social media. So we've compiled a list of some beautiful events and unique experiences which are happening throughout the month. You can catch us there, and if you do, don't be shy to come say hi. Trendz Travel is always on the lookout for the best in events and ways to spend your leisure time. As promised, we were at the 2018 Winter Sculpture Fair yesterday, but we will show you that adventure next week. Friday 18th to Sunday 20th May sees Hyde Park hosting the Bubbly Festival. If you're looking for sophistication and fun with live music, great food and loads of bubbles, then Joburg's celebration of South Africa's finest cat classiques and champagne is for you. Taking place over the course of 3 days, all you need to do is buy a ticket and choose a time slot. The 19th of May sees establishments all over town going gaga over the impending nuptials between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So if this is your cup of tea, you can join in on the celebrations at One Fox Food Market, where you can dress up and watch it on the big screen, or the Tea Room in Edenvale is doing it as a very British affair, with a spiffing menu for the royal occasion. While Rand Club will be hosting a high tea in honor of the wedding. Take your pick. On the 25th of May, Joburg's favorite design show returns for the second event in 2018, featuring rooms on view, the best interior design and decor collaborations seen on the continent. The 26th of May is a very busy day with events all over town, Africa Day being on the forefront. You can join in at the Urban Ethnic Market on Baysnodere for free cooking classes and a Suya Saturday. Asanka Restaurant in Sandton is celebrating Africa's goodness with authentically African stalls for you to shop at, an African dish cookout, poetry and spoken word performances. Deutsche Internationale School Johannesburg is hosting their 111th annual school bazaar. They are big on family and it promises to be an ultimate German experience. The Prawn and Food Festival, with a wide variety of food and drink, entertainment for the whole family, and food stalls, is happening at the Weekend Market in Joburg. If you're more of a night owl, then the movie night Under the Moon is for you. This time with an amazing fun and family-filled theme. The Onesie Edition. Happening at River Sands Incubation Hub, get matching onesies for the whole family and make a night of it. 26th and 27th of May brings you the ultimate groves and vineyards experience. Get your VIP tickets and enjoy Prosecco on tap, a dedicated seating area close to the stage, delicious Casalinga antipasta, and more. So come and find me. We'll definitely make a day of it. That's all we have here in today's edition of Trendz Travel. We do hope that you enjoyed it, and we do hope that the rest of Mother's Day is absolutely fabulous. I'm Eloise Scope, and I'll see you again next week, same time, same place.